a lot of the top players a bit of a run now and then. He's a guy that grinds a lot. So he absolutely is scary. But spawning over in the bottom left-hand side of Alcyone today, as the red Protoss, it is NightPhoenix.
In the top right, our blue Protoss is going to be Krystianer.
NightPhoenix, like for me, both these guys, they're young Protoss players. I don't know. I think they both might still be in their teens or very, very early 20s, if that. But Krystianer is a guy that absolutely pumps out a lot of StarCraft 2, like grinds. NightPhoenix is a guy that's been absolutely dabbling in a lot of the other RTSs that have come out as well. Like, I think he played in one of those... in fact, maybe he played in the Stormgate Open tournament as well, made like top 16, top 8 or so. So absolutely a lad that loves his RTS in general.
No, he is. And just, like you say, kind of able to kind of adapt and kind of be good in those other kind of games quickly. So definitely a talent there. Let's see if it can translate into some SG2 wins today. Again, 1-1 for both these guys in this tournament and looking to actually cause some trouble here. This is a move I've seen NightPhoenix make a couple of times. Mine had some minerals proxy on the other side of the map while your opponent is going to really struggle to scout it. Looking good.
And what do you think? Because, you know, Wardy, you cast a lot of StarCraft 2. Is NightPhoenix a proxy robo kid?
I actually don't know. I think he's kind of happy doing all sorts of kind of early aggression. He's definitely the kind of guy I'm not surprised about if he is going to like proxy anything on the map. I think over here, Stargate can be a pretty powerful proxy just because it's not going to be scouted and you can obviously then fly in with like the Oracle or so. That is going to be what it is in this scenario. So, yeah, I think, honestly, on another map, I could absolutely see him going proxy robe. I just think here, he's like, okay, you know what? With this position, mine now at the bottom, oh, yeah, but now it's going to get found out because Krystianer knows to check for it. So, yeah, Krystianer's done his homework. Nicely done.
Yeah, I mean, Krystianer just needs to find out exactly where it is, because he knows something's most likely over here, but the question is what, and if he's diligent about it, he will get to spot it, and I think he will be. When I've seen Krystianer play this matchup in the past, he's been so much about getting a lot. Not necessarily the highest tech army, but a lot, and expanding a lot as well. And that can be difficult to play against in PvP, because as long, like, it's not something that you can just be like, okay, this is the hard counter then. Like, you just kind of have to outplay it, right? Or get fortunate early on. And Krystianer, unfortunately for him, he's scouting in the spots where it's like, okay, this would be close to my base. Okay, now I'll start scouting a bit further away, because I know something's over here. It's just about knowing what, and the Oracle will fly over his probe. So that's actually quite nice for Krystianer.
Yep, finally gets that little bit of info, and obviously he's building a couple sentries. Stalkers are in position in the main. Oracle's going to try and swerve to a bit of a different entry point, but yeah, this is looking absolutely fine. Now the Oracle actually flies into those Stalkers. That's going to be a good little pushback. The sentries do not die as quickly nowadays to Adepts, and that makes that any kind of sentry opening just a little bit better against Adept Stargates, so that's definitely a bonus, as these Adepts are going to be allowed to shade through into the main. But I think with the sentries here and the Stalkers, we can now DPS those Adepts, and again, because the sentries can't be targeted anymore, can't be one-shot down, you're kind of just, kind of more able to allow those Adepts to shade through and be like, yeah, well, you can jump in and kill like 1 or 2 pros before we clean you up. But beforehand, you would have lost both your sentries.
Is Krystianer going to find that other proxy on the map? I see that he's got a unit over there in the top left. I mean, if he finds that as well, that is some 200 IQ gaming from him. But so far, these Oracles aren't able to get much done. And it's going to be a Dark Shrine over there, of all things. So it's a gateway over there, a Dark Shrine as well on the go. NightPhoenix isn't about playing your bog-standard normal PvP, is he, this game?
No, he's really not. He's just kind of going for each and every twist and turn he can possibly add to the table. Obviously, Dark Shrine, I mean, not a bad follow-up.
Oh,
because...
is he spotting it?
Oh,
that probe
no.
was
Did he actually see it? Oh, I got
oh
my
vision. Goodness.
Wow.
That is so unfortunate for him, because that could have literally been like a giga lifesaver. Now he is getting down a robo, quite nicely timed, all things said and done. But so far the harass from NightPhoenix, I mean, this was nice, getting a couple of probes for his trouble. I think he got the probe that was out on the map as well with the other other two Adepts and 5 probes. Not bad, not bad.
Not bad, but man, he needs these DTs to do something because he's so far behind on supply. He's so invested in all this early game tech, which, you know, he's getting some damage done, but it isn't going to stand up and fight. The Robo Facility is coming through right now from Krystianer as well, so if he has the Observer timed well, he might just be able to be instantly able to shut down those DTs.
4 DTs. I mean, that's a massive committal as well. Like, that is a good 300 gas on those 2 oracles, 300 minerals, along with the Stargate, so 450, 450. Then 4 DTs as well, and he's following up with 4 more gateways here, Wardy. He's a man on a mission here.
These DTs, man, they're going to walk straight into this main base. They could just target down the Robo. It's going to be extremely close because the Observer is on the way. It's going to pop. It is just in time. The Observer is there, and now we begin to deal some damage. I mean, obviously, we might lose the Robo. No, we're going to turn the DTs onto the probes, but at the same time, Stalkers are across the map, and there's nothing to really stop the Stalkers, quite frankly, so that's kind of a little bit of something as well. The Archon Morph here makes this a little bit awkward. Chaos ensues. I mean, even the Oracles are going to show up.
I love that we're seeing an Archon in the base here, and Krystianer did get a lot of damage done, recalls quite a few of his Stalkers, not all of them. So he's still able to deal a lot of damage on the other side of the map, but geez Louise, this is chaotic, man. Like I'm a bit surprised he did. I'm a bit surprised he didn't send like one of the DTs over to the natural kind of thing. But I tell you what, it's absolutely not your normal PvP to get things going here.
No, it's definitely not the normal PvP, and we settled down Krystianer down in workers, but up in army supply. At least it looks as though NightPhoenix will get the chance to get his own blink. I mean, he's close enough to it now that I could believe that will finish before too much happens. Although, he might have blink, but then Krystianer might just outnumber him because they gain up 10 army supply right now, moving across the map. He doesn't have a close warping pylon on the other side, though, so that's a big factor.
That is a big factor, but NightPhoenix doesn't have a pylon on this low ground or a shield battery here. This could actually bite him real hard in the butt, but blink is ready, and a lot of Krystianer's Stalkers are battered and bruised. I mean, NightPhoenix, he's absolutely in a winning position here. That was ballsy, though. Blinking in behind them, but then the reinforcement Stalkers do come along. But, oh my goodness, these lads are... This is like when you tune into a boxing match and you're like, okay, what weight division is this? Oh, like Super Giga Featherweight? Like they're just battering each other? GG, NightPhoenix takes the first game of the series.
Well, he came out playing wild. He came out playing a bit crazy, and he gets himself to a 1-0 lead. So NightPhoenix, I mean, he was the underdog going in based on history. 37-17 in favor Krystianer's favor in terms of map scoring, all-time maps played. So yeah, NightPhoenix can win games. Question is, can he string 2 together to win this series? We go into Oceanborn for map 2. I mean, how many crazy things do you have planned across the course of a PvP? NightPhoenix finds something else to get himself to a 2-1 in this group.
Absolutely. That was not your normal PvP at all, and you could really feel that Phoenix was just all about the cheekiness, wasn't he? And for the most part, I didn't feel like all of it got anything done, but then it's just like, all right, we're going to start cooking over here, and yeah, really cool game, honestly. I like it when PvP is just utter chaos, you know?
Yeah. Oh, me too, man. I think PvP is... very much so one of those wild kind of times where you kind of get so many different options as well to kind of be chaotic and kind of be crazy. So yeah, we're going to Oceanborn here, map number 2. Can NightPhoenix keep it up, or will Krystianer find a way to fight back? We're kind of due a 2-1, right? Like, it's been a lot of 2-0s in a row, so maybe the PvP will deliver. As we are going to start it off with the Red Protoss, who is up a game in the bottom right corner, NightPhoenix.
And spawning over in top left, the blue Protoss is Krystianer. If there was one player to go up 1-0 for it to be more likely a 2-1 in my mind, it would be NightPhoenix.
Yeah.
Just because I kind of went into this series thinking that Krystianer was the favorite.
Me too.
Oh, you did?
Yeah,
prediction goes. At it again.
At it again.
But yeah, you can definitely feel that NightPhoenix with those cheeky shenanigans was just good. Like, you know, you might pin all your hopes and dreams on something happening, but to be fair to him, he made it happen. And yeah, it was very devastating. I was very surprised that Krystianer actually used all his probes like that to surround and try and kill these DTs, because he got the obs out.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah, it was out. And once the obs is out, don't give up any more DTs. Don't give up any more probes, right? Because you've got what you need. Like, you don't really need to save the robo anymore. You've got the blink advantage, so just save the probes, pull them away, and then just kind of let your army kind of play cleanup. Yeah, it was an interesting one. And obviously, I mean, so many decisions to make in a short period of time because it got super chaotic at that point as well.
Yeah, that was the one thing that I was like, that is risky business, because I think that was like 1 or 2 DTs that got very low that morphed into an Archon as well. So it's one of those like, you're damned if you do, but you know, at least you got your eco alive if you don't. So I don't know. But NightPhoenix again this game with potentially a little bit of a proxy over here.
Yep.
You know what, NightPhoenix, I'm a fan. Proxy Robo Kid coming at you.
Hey, you said, is he a kind of guy to proxy a robo on another map maybe? And here it is. So hope a game just going to put the pressure on and see if he can break through Krystianer to just take a sweet 2-0 for himself. Again, I feel like such a great opportunity for either of these guys to be 2-1 in a group. Especially groups, you know, where you've potentially got like, you know, very winnable opponents at 2-1 as well up next. So potentially some PvPs. Obviously, that really depends on how the results go tomorrow. But like I say, I feel like a lot of potential for these guys. So an opportunity to be made right here as we get set up.
Good scanner by Krystianer. Gets to spot this before it's done. This game, both of them opting for the same units out of the gateways here, and he starts up his own robo back at home as well. So I'm not going to get too caught off guard by this, but just because you scout it, this is StarCraft 2. You still have to deal with it.
Yep, absolutely.
Oh, that's a nice start.
Yeah, that is a nice start.
Really
the other
start.
Stalker's on the wrong side of this, so yeah, that's really bad for NightPhoenix. Loses himself a Stalker. Immortal coming up. He is going to try and put another pylon down, which he will be able to, but now his other Stalker in trouble. Oh, where are we going? Bro. That's 2 death Stalkers.
Maybe he thought about the follow-up 2 Stalkers that were going to come, you know.
I guess so, because you can't actually run out south easily. Yeah.
No.
And then he thought he could get back to the Immortal. I guess it makes sense. In the moment, it looked silly, though.
Yeah, I'm just doing that thing where I'm like, I've been a player in this moment where, you know, I probably look foolish to the commentators, and they make me sound foolish, but it turns out I did have a plan. So one of those kind of situations. But I tell you what, moving out across the map with his Stalkers and then coming here, maybe Krystianer didn't expect this to be coming quite as quickly as it has done.
Yeah, I mean, NightPhoenix just didn't stop, right? He just said, right, okay, then let's send it. And he does have the Prism here to help. Now he's going to lose power to his gateways, though. No Warp Gate finish, so he can't actually add anything else. And with an Immortal out from Krystianer, I'm going to go ahead and say that's probably good enough. These 4 Stalkers cannot be stopped right now. Pylon powers up that other gate, but you need Warp Gate still. So these Stalkers can just kite probes all day, and I think Krystianer's got it. He's going to recall.
I think so too.
Yeah.
And you know, you've seen that that's really good out of Krystianer. Like,
Yeah.
I was thinking, he sees that recall, he's going to get out of there, and he does exactly that. Now he's got a phenomenal lead in this game, better economy, better army together. Really nice out of him.
Yep. Well, we do have the, I mean, NightPhoenix still building Immortals, but obviously Krystianer at this point, more workers, has a little bit more army supply available as well. So again, across the board, just feels like Krystianer is going to be in that better position here for now. And hard to really see where you, I mean, Krystianer even going to build the Stargate, which shuts down your opponent's Prism and can lift up their Immortals with the Phoenix. So I feel like that's just a guarantee in yourself to win at this point.
Yeah, he's played good this game, man. I really feel it was like ice cold, no mistakes. That's the way he flies, kind of thing. And now he's got his own Warp Prism to go and attack this army of poor lad over here. And those poor Protoss units getting absolutely melted by these Immortal. I say ice cold, no mistakes, but that was a tiny mistake over there. Loses an Immortal for his troubles.
Yeah, I mean, he's afraid of losing the Prism and then losing both, right? So understandable, a little bit of miss micro. As NightPhoenix going to send it 3 Immortals right now to the 1 is actually a pretty big factor. Knocks down the battery immediately. This Immortal is going to melt. Fortunately, we do have the Prism to save the day. But now that Immortal is not necessarily in the fight very easily, and NightPhoenix takes a pretty good fight here. I mean, there's a bunch of Adepts. They're very tanky. The Phoenix will do a bit of lifting. I don't think this is necessarily going to be day safe. But hey, this was a hell of an attempt considering we thought NightPhoenix was completely dead. He's going to make a go of it. 3 Immortals doing their best, but now down to 2. And again, the Adepts just don't die to Immortals, and that's going to be the forever issue here.
Oh, that Warp Prism.
Oh my god.
Oh my goodness. It had 1 health, Wardy. 1
Yeah.
health. I mean, if there was ever a way, that might have been it. And kudos to you, NightPhoenix. That was very cool. Oh, PvP, man. I love it, Wardy. I love it.
Yeah, PvP is great, man. I love that NightPhoenix had a chance here still, right? Even though, based on everything that went on, the fact we still had a go of it. Really, really cool. Now we're going to see a Phoenix lifting, though. That is pretty much going to guarantee the win. And that is going to be Krystianer to tie us up 1 game apiece in the best of 3. And so we are going to go to the game 3. We asked for it. We wanted it. We got it. Still pretty quick games, but hey, game 3 is better than no game 3. So we'll see how the decider match goes between these two. As NightPhoenix has clearly been the proxy guy. If continues on.
Yeah, and that was like such a night and day difference with game 1. Like,
yes,
Krystianer got to get the early scout on. You saw the early Stalker shenanigans as well. Maybe pathing was not on Night Stalker's side there, or NightPhoenix's side there. Definitely lost out early, but the fact that he still made something out of it, yeah, I'm impressed. It didn't look all rosy for Krystianer, but Krystianer made a lot of difficult calls, like 4 Stalkers go across the map, defend with very minimal. Yeah, nice play.
Yep. No, nice play. I mean, honestly, kind of excited to see what game 3 brings us, though. Like, do we go proxy in again, or are we going to just do something a bit more standard? Does NightPhoenix feel comfortable in a standard game, or does he feel like he needs the proxies? I mean, it really sets us up for a very cool game 3. I do think Krystianer's got the potential to just take it down. I do feel like overall Krystianer is the more solid player. So let's see if he can keep that true, no matter what comes on this one.
Kind of funny, if Krystianer didn't keep that Immortal alive there with that Port Prism juggling, we might have been looking at a NightPhoenix win. As crazy as that sounds, like, sometimes PvP can be so volatile. I mean, StarCraft 2 in general is a very, very volatile game, right? Just given the sheer speed of it. But map 3 here, Golden Aura, spawning over in the southeast side as the blue toss. It is Krystianer.
In the top left, our red Protoss player, it is NightPhoenix, the proxy man in this series so far.
And we've not... I can't remember what the first map was now. Like, this whole day, it's become a bit of a blur, Wardy, you know? We have these 4-minute breaks to eat our burgers, and then mesh it together, but...
Well, you got a burger. You got a burger.
You didn't get a burger?
No. Unbelievable.
Poor blimey. You need to sort Helen out, mate. You need to get you... Yeah, you need to sort Helen out. Get her to make you a burger.
I'll let her know.
A nice, what would it be? What would you have? I was going to say something very, very vegan. Like a nice vegan, a nice halloumi burger. That'd be gorge.
Sure, mate. Just have a normal vegan burger do that work. I'll just say a normal burger.
They do that?
Yeah, vegan burgers? Yeah. Absolutely.
Yeah, but you said a normal vegan burger. I was like, what? That's not normal, Worry.
No, you can have, like, vegan burgers that are just, like, normal burgers nowadays. Like,
what?
Yeah.
Evolution, man. Have we gone too far?
Honestly, some of the vegan burgers taste way meatier than normal burgers nowadays.
They do a damn good job, actually. I like, you know, I'm poking fun right now. I do a lot of that stuff as well, where I eat quite green. But yeah, this game so far, we've not had any low ground expansion attempts. And the reason I asked about map 1 is, have we had any maps with a natural ramp?
No, it's only Site Delta, right?
Yeah.
That has a ramp. So we have not
had
any of those.
There is a probe. In fact, there's 2 probes on the map for NightPhoenix here. Choices, choices, choices. And Krystianer, like, it's definitely been a game of cat and mouse. Like, his probes are the cat, NightPhoenix's are the mice. And whether he's going to find them or not, he finds this pylon over here. But no, actually, there's no probe here.
Yeah, no probe. He just abandoned it. So it's just that fake proxy this time around. When you've proxied twice, I think it's pretty okay to go for the fake proxy, right, and to psych your opponent out a little bit. So hold down for that. You'll see Krystianer starting up sentries now as he wants to move into that as a way to kind of, figure out information. There's going to be a little bit more gas expensive, and it means that NightPhoenix will be able to put down his tech much sooner. And of course, he will not have hallucinations, force fields, or guardian shields as Krystianer will.
Yeah, definitely. And Krystianer does get that Nexus up nice and early, though. Sentries obviously only 50 minerals a piece, 100 gas each, but that being said, NightPhoenix isn't exactly far behind on his side of things either, and Robo will be the tech of choice for Krystianer. I like that. It's nice and safe, allows you to just kind of stabilize. It's very, I almost want to say overkill on scouting information, but just getting a nice head start on Immortal production is always a nice thing.
Yeah, getting that Immortal setup going is obviously great, and it can be very powerful. You're going to work with a less mobile army, because you're not going to have a fast blink, but you are going to have a very powerful army, and especially with these sentry openings, you're going to have force fields available, and if you can get a push going, you get a couple foot force fields off, the Immortals are just able to fire the entire time. There is so much potential in those kind of engagements. We've seen that happen a lot recently since the sentry buff and these sentry openings becoming a little bit more popular, so it really feels like this Robo opening is becoming much more of a viable option. Krystianer goes immediately into the Prism. Now, U-Thermal against Drogo the other day came in with the sentry drops, because sentries zap things with shield nowadays. So if you sentry drop a mineral line, get some force fields down, it can be deadly, although I'm not sure this is an easy main base to jump into, to be honest.
No, I mean, both the mineral lines are kind of like tucked as far away from you as possible. But we'll see what this cheeky little Warp Prism ends up doing. There is a nice little scout from NightPhoenix here. Get to see everything that's going on. And you see like 3 sentries, 3 stalkers as well. What is in this Warp Prism? Most likely Adepts, right? Okay, it is Adepts.
Yep. 2 Adepts making their way over. Yeah. The sentry drop may just be a thing of dreams forevermore, but it was great to see it one time. As we do have, like, the Adepts, obviously the more standard way to open, then you build up your Immortal, so you've got a bit of pressure on the map, a bit of presence, while also building up that Immortal force back at home.
Ooh. I always like these moves, Wardy. Like, the Adepts come in, you got a Warp Prism to fly back to, and no reaction yet from NightPhoenix. This is already really nice damage getting done, and even if it was just the lost mining time, you're like, frick yeah, that was awesome. Like the Warp Prism, getting this in, it's just solid play out of Krystianer. It really is. Oh, did they try and... Okay, that was the one from the main. Never mind. But Krystianer will have a much later blink, but when he's set up like this, I don't think he's going to be too sad about that.
Yeah, he's actually going to move out, clean out this pylon that he's found, so just push that back. Blink is done. As we get this going. Alright, I'll blink this.
I feel like they both have to be so careful about the other one's army.
I'm with you.
Like, so damn careful, because one fight or one Immortal out of position and NightPhoenix just pounces on you. And I mean, he does have that soon-to-be warp-in gateway over there in the bottom left as well. Like, NightPhoenix is very aggressive, man.
Yeah, no, he believes he can get something done here with these Blink Stalkers, but I just don't think you can against those Immortals, and now you're going to have Adepts in your natural as well to deal with at the same time. That doesn't seem fun. A couple Stalkers blink, but even then you're still running these probes, and actually, yeah, you really got to run them because these Adepts can still get a couple kills here. Stalkers take a while to shoot Adepts down, so yeah, we're going to get 2 probes. I mean, it even forces a warp in back at home for stuff. Krystianer, it's still a win because NightPhoenix is otherwise suggesting that he wants to get aggressive here.
Absolutely is. Like, Krystianer, he's so settled there at his natural. He's even got an observer with his army, like, just in case. And he's getting himself into a position where it's like, all right, if you blink into my main, I have my army here. Like, nicely. Those sentries, though, they've got a mission here, Wardy. And they are going to...
Oh, my God.
Lovely recall. Lovely.
I actually love it, yeah.
Krystianer.
I mean, every unit counts right now, so saving yourself a couple here that got force fielded in, that is not a bad thing. Got a few force fields off ourselves, and it's obviously, again, so difficult to fight into your opponent because he can blink back. The other guy has Immortal, so you can hardly push in. It's a really weird standoff that we end up at, and that's why this game's going to probably resume. I tell you what, though, as time passes, this gets way better for Krystianer, no? Because now he's going to have blink of his own, but he also has that Immortal kind of chunkiness in the army as well. That feels so good for him.
It really does. Like, they are such a good backbone to any Protoss army. Even against Zealots, like, that's not what they want to be shooting, obviously, but they are such a tanky unit to take down. And Stalkers, they're very finessey, very good at whipping around and stuff, but as soon as you take a fight, which at some point, sooner or later, you're going to have to, and Krystianer, he trades magnificently here to start things off.
Yeah, it continues to blink as well. We're going to go and get all these sentries, so that's huge. Just get rid of potential force fields. I don't think Krystianer is going to stop, man. I think he's going to go all the way across the map right now, so he is just going to send it. He is moving through. A couple Stalkers going to sit in the center here, and they're going to try and fight back a little bit. I mean, we do have these other models.
Krystianer's microing really well, man.
Yeah.
He's microing really well. Like, going up that ramp, he knew that he'd probably be waiting. He was very ready with the blink, and Yeah, NightPhoenix, he's looking like the tricky Protoss, and he just went up against a guy that's just come out with some solid play, and he's got a Dark Shrine coming back online behind all this as well, and no Robo to speak of.
Yep. Yep, I mean, DT Warpins here basically end the game. Doesn't even matter what this army does, because DT is just going to hit every single mineral line, and there's just zero stopping them. So, yeah. GG's.
Absolutely zero. Like, it's one of those where I'm like, as soon as they reveal themselves, maybe NightPhoenix just GG's. Just,
yeah.
you know, the blurs are there.
Yeah, once he hears a DT swipe, it's over.
Yeah. And just going from bad to worse. And here, look, NightPhoenix. Yeah, he knows. Really nice.